Hey, I'm Kelly Hogan. Welcome back to my Zero Carb Life. So guess what? It's been 15 years. 15 years as of tomorrow. I'm a day early. 15 years of eating nothing but animal products. And for the 5 years prior to that, so even if we went back 20 years, I was mostly doing carnivore, but I was still including in that first 5 years, I was still including diet sodas, sugar-free jellos, some pickles and green beans for 5 years. And then in 2009, I switched to a 100% carnivore diet. Well, let's say 99% because I do still drink coffee and I use seasonings on my meat. Yeah, meat, eggs, dairy products, coffee. I drink seltzer water, sometimes the flavored, not sweetened ones like Waterloo. So, yeah, probably 99% animal products. I consider myself a very blessed, happy, healthy carnivore. So during my time eating only animal products, I have lost 130 pounds. I stopped getting episodes of costochondritis, which is inflammation of the sternum cartilage that connects the rib cage to the sternum. I used to get boils on my legs. It was awful. Stopped getting those. I haven't had one since I cut out carbs and sugar, all other non-meat products. I got relief from the nighttime anxiety that I used to have, the IBS issues I used to have. In fact, I just got back from a trip out west. If you watched last Saturday's video, I told you we were headed out. This is partly why I haven't washed my hair since. But I'm going to work on that. We got back really late, and I just wanted to come on here and talk to you first. Out west, we went to the Grand Canyon. We took a long hike through Zion National Park. We hiked what they call the Narrows. There are no porta potties on these hikes. There are no bathrooms. There's not even a lot of trees and woods. You're hiking between two mountain walls, and there's a river. You're walking up the river. We hiked for miles. The reason I bring up the bathroom thing is I used to have IBS. We also ate a huge buffet. We went to a buffet that had lots of meat options. It was glorious. As soon as we finished, we went to what's called the High Roller Ferris wheel in Las Vegas. It's 30 minutes long. There's no stopping. There's no getting off. There's no bathroom up there. It's a great way to look at the city. It's a horrible thing if you have IBS. Guess who doesn't have IBS? I was able to take all of the hikes, go on all of the rides. I didn't have to stop. Even on the airplane, we had 4 flights. I never once had to use an airplane bathroom. I used to scope out all the time. Oh my gosh, what if I have to go? No, I felt great. I was able to go on this trip with my family, hike with the kids and my husband, and we just had a really wonderful time. If I could have looked when I first started and had a preview of what would be happening 20 years from when I first started and 15 years from when I cut out the sweeteners, I would have been completely blown away. Like, okay, yes, yes, let's do this. Because when I first started, I was having cellulitis in my leg as well, really hard, hot, painful patches due to the inflammation and the boils I was getting. And I remember there were struggles just going up a few steps, let alone hiking for miles. So, yes, mostly I just want to say if you are struggling to get started, if you could just see down the road where this is heading, how much better you're going to feel. If you could get a few days in place of new habits in eating this way and get a little momentum going, it's all going to be worth it. I have only gratitude, and the only regret I have is that I didn't start even younger. So even though I was 25 to 30 when I did the almost carnivore and 30 to 45 doing total carnivore, I wish I'd started even younger. I wish right out of the gate as a kid struggling with weight, somebody had said something other than you should eat fat-free stuff, run more, eat less. Right? I wish somebody had said, hey, you should really nourish your body with animal products. No one said that. Maybe you'll humor me for my 15-year carniversary. I have some foundational thoughts when I sit down and I think about what has really mattered to me. What has gotten me through really tough times? Because there have been times along this journey where it wasn't sunshine and roses where I was gaining weight or stalled out for a couple of years. My weight wasn't changing. There were times when I couldn't enjoy egg whites and dairy. Like my body was going through a thing where it was sort of rejecting those foods. There were times where I had meat aversions, where I felt so hungry, but I did not want meat. I've been through some things on this path. The 15-year mark is very good, but there were times along the way where I had some serious questions. So I've made a list of 20 thoughts, ideas, foundational, let's call them foundational ideas that helped me get through this past 15 years. I'm not suggesting that they will become your foundational thoughts, but I am suggesting that along the way, when you find a thought that really helps you get through something, jot it down, share it with somebody, document that sucker, because you'll come back to it over and over again. And if you can just remind yourself, get in the habit of going back to these thoughts that really help you achieve what you're wanting to achieve, it helps to just have them a little more in stone. So this is my way of giving my 15-year declaration of the things that have helped me. I tried to keep it to 15, but it's 20. 20 things on this 15-year carniversary. Okay, this is the handbook. If you're already in the group, you already have this document. You already know that up here is the quick links where you find the TDEE, links to the tracking app. All right, we're going to go just a little below that. Foundational thoughts. All right, this one has helped me a lot. I'm going to get today's work done, whether I feel like it or not, because I said I would. So in my groups, we have a little habit tracker. Some people commit to just one thing, like I'm going to eat only animal products. Other people commit to I will eat only animal products and go to bed by 10:30 or get 5,000 steps per day. It should be something that is doable, but also pushes you, and you probably wouldn't do it if it weren't for, this list. For me, this first foundational thought, the idea of I'm going to do this work whether I feel like it or not because I said I would. That is where accountability comes in huge for me. If I did not tell people I'm going to do 50 push-ups every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, that is one of my commitments, I wouldn't do that. I might occasionally feel motivated and do some push-ups. I might even once or twice a month get the motivation to do 50 of them on a Monday. But every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, no way would I have that consistency. So be accountable to someone. I would like to think that just being accountable to myself would be enough. My track record would suggest that it really helps for me to be accountable to a group. So every month I share exactly what I'm going to do, and then I do it regardless of my feelings because I said I would. Number 2, don't worry about building the wall. Just take this one brick. I heard someone say this a long time ago. I want to say it was Will Smith. But I'm sure other people have said it as well. I'm going to take this one brick and lay this one brick, the absolute best that a brick has ever been laid, to the best of my ability. For the next 10 minutes, I'm laying this brick. Stop worrying about the wall. If we keep placing well-placed bricks, so that's like earning these check marks, doing what's on the list, doing the push-ups, eating carnivore, going to bed, it's one brick at a time. The wall will take care of itself. Number 3, this gives me great peace every single night. I am going to control what I can today. I can control every single bite that I take, every walk I make. There's so many things I can control. What time I will turn off my phone tonight and go to bed. And then I literally picture myself taking all of these bricks, all of this work, all of these check marks and bubbles, and just laying it at God's feet like a living sacrifice. It's His now. I cannot work a single miracle. I cannot make my bathroom scale drop. I can't make one hair on my head grow a bit faster by my own doing. There are things I can do. I understand how TDEs work. I understand how much I need to eat. I understand that taking walks helps with weight loss. There are so many things, though, about the functioning of my body, whether or not I get deep sleep versus not deep sleep. I know some tricks, but at the end of the day, I can only control so much. And I'm okay with that. It's God's now. I can't work the miracle, but God doesn't ask me to. Just put in the work. Be obedient. So then every night I just turn over these bricks to him. Ask him for the healing. Ask him for the miracles and ask him for the blessing. It's his now. I can rest with that peace because I'm not capable, but he is. And if that doesn't get you feeling peaceful and motivated, that's okay. This is my foundational list, not yours. Number 4, I am not doing this alone. I used to feel like such a loner, and I've heard people say, fly that carnivore freak flag. And I almost took pride in being one of the only carnivores I knew. Well, there are lots of us out here now. I am part of a huge, vibrant tribe, a team, and honestly, being surrounded by other people who don't make me feel like I'm odd for eating this way. Nope. There are lots of us who cut out fiber to feel better. Lots of us who feel our best when we eat lots of delicious, fatty meat and nothing else. Not a loner. If you thought you were special, nope, you're not. You're part of a very large and growing, thriving tribe. And if you do feel like a loner, for Pete's sakes, get some people. If you don't have people, I've got people. Come join my people. Number 5, I never have to go through withdrawal again. I went through it once. I cut out carbs. It was very intense. My hands shook for a couple of weeks. It's all I could think about. I was obsessed with carbs and sugar. I never have to go through that again. In fact, I've only done it once. I've never returned to sugar since I cut it out. It was not easy. In fact, it was so bad that I thought if I can do it once, I never have to do it again. And I haven't. Number 6. During times when I felt like this isn't working, I'm stuck in the 160s, or I'm gaining weight, I would have thoughts of, I don't know if I should keep doing this, but a woman named Cynthia was my encourager, and she said, what all have you tried before? And I could list it off. I've counted points. I'd done low fat. I'd tried running and rice cake. She said, so what would you go back to at this point? If not this, was there anything that ever made you feel this good? No. Is there any reason to think that sugar and carbs are going to be your answer now if they never were before? No. Keep going. That's it. Right. Number 7, if I see food that is tempting to me, through the years, I would just think to myself, okay, think about the pain and the problems, the exact issues that is going to bring to me, to my body. Not, people shouldn't eat that because it's bad. Why? Let's get specific, people. What exact issues would it bring back to me? Let's talk, I mentioned boils, costochondritis, food cravings, anxiety in the evenings. No, none of that for me is worth that brief moment of mouth pleasure. I have never regretted the junk that I didn't eat. Not once. No one does. We regret the things we did eat, never what we didn't. Number 8, tomorrow has enough worry of its own. Just focus on today. So if you think, gosh, I don't know if I could do this for 15 years, don't think about 15 years from now. In fact, I've told people if I chose to, I could add back anything I wanted to eat. Tomorrow, starting at my next meal, carnivore can be done, right? Over with. Well, first, I'm going to bring back all of my old issues and pains. So it's a total package. I would just need to do it with the understanding that I'm bringing everything back. But also, I don't have to commit to anything forever. I can just commit to this moment. In this moment, I know exactly what I need to do for my body to feel better. So I'm going to do that. Lay that brick in this moment. Stop worrying about that wall. Okay, number 9. What went well today? Look for the win. The more you focus on, oh, all right, I blew it. Let's say you blew it at breakfast. You blew it at lunch. But by George, you got dinner just right. Totally carnivore, did a wonderful job. Focus on dinner. How good did that feel to your body? What we tend to do is dwell on the mistakes, and we want to mentally punish ourselves over and over. You're going to get more of what you dwell on. So I would focus on the wins. What went right? How did that feel better to you? And you're going to always find a win if you're still in the game. And good news, we're still in the game. Okay. Number 10, how could I improve upon today? So let's say breakfast was a bust. Why? Well, I didn't have any eggs. I didn't have any bacon. The only thing I had were my husband's protein bars. And then afterwards, I had a belly ache and kept thinking about sugar. All right. So let's problem solve. Get the eggs and bacon. If you ever run out, you can have a pantry full of pre-cooked bacon, which is what we do at our house. We are never without bacon. I also have lots of canned meats, 100% meats. There's a brand that I can find called Keystone that is just beef, salt, or chicken and salt, pork and salt, so that I am never, ever without meats. But do some problem solving. How could this have been avoided? Number 11, I have not tried everything. My brain will sometimes say, you've already tried everything. No, I haven't. No one has. Neither of you. The world is full of possibilities and solutions. So keep searching. Hope abounds. Tell yourself there are worlds of possibilities of things to try. I have not tried everything. Number 12, if I feel drawn towards something that I think is going to work for me or that I'm intrigued about, but I'm maybe not even quite ready to do it, I ask myself some curious and open-ended questions. And then for me, I pray for guidance about it. And if I still feel led to try this thing, then I remind myself of this is the thought. There is only one way to find out. When people ask, do you think duck eggs would work better for me than chicken eggs? Well, ask yourself the curious question. Obviously, you're curious about it because you're taking time to write it in a YouTube comment, right? How much better would I feel if I switched to duck eggs for the next 2 weeks instead of chicken eggs? There's only one way to find out. If you keep asking yourself those type of curious questions, you'll find yourself implementing the change to find out if it actually helps. Okay, this thought has saved me many times. Number 13, what will tomorrow morning Kelly, that's my future self, wish I had done in this moment? Honor her. Okay, think about yourself tomorrow morning. What would she wish you had done at 10 p.m. tonight? That's when, for me, the bad decisions start coming in, especially when I was eating carbs. But even as a carnivore, it's 10 p.m. Maybe I should make some carnivore ice cream or start chugging the heavy cream in the fridge. Baby, you're tired. Go to bed. You are not hungry. Just go to bed. Tomorrow morning, Kelly is going to really wish you had just gone to bed. And then tomorrow morning, thank yourself for doing the right thing. When you wake up without regrets and cravings and pain, truly thank yourself for saving your future self from that. Okay, 14, I remind myself frequently, yesterday me is my only competition. I am not competing with you or anyone else. It's really easy to compare and to think how her abs look or what her weight and height is, how much weight she lost this month. Look, if I compare myself to 15 years ago, I feel like a champion every time. Previous me is my only competition. When I see you winning, it can offer hope to me, confirmation to me that what we're both doing is awesome, that this way of life is amazing, but you're not my competition. Number 15, when life gets overwhelming, just go back to the simple version. The simple version often works. So when we had the hurricane situation around here, I dropped the tracking. You could drop sometimes the extras. You say, look, I'm going to still do my squats, but I'm not going to be able to make it to the gym because this is a crazy week. And what I tell my group members is, if you've committed to something and you can't carry through with it, like it can't happen this week. I sprained my ankle. I can't get in my 6,000 steps. Let the group know what's going on, when you plan to resume, and then take it back to the simple version. For me, there are some non-negotiables. Carnivore is my non-negotiable. I stick with that. Even in the hardest of situations, I will seek to take care of myself, of this temple, because I'm worthy of that, and I don't deserve pain and harm, even if it is a hard week, especially if it's a hard week. That's when I deserve to feel my best, not my worst. 16, I am the luckiest person on earth to get to eat this way. I am not deprived. I am blessed. I live with no FOMO, the fear of missing out. I have the JOMO, the joy of missing out, the joy of being able to saunter past the dessert table and have no care whatsoever, the joy of missing out on pain and inflammation, the joy of missing out on all of my old issues while being able to just enjoy a happy life. It's a blessing to eat this way. And if you ever have a little voice in your mind that says, oh, poor you, you have to only eat meat, please remember that I would say the majority of this world would see that as the most hashtag blessed, bougie lifestyle. There are so many people who have to ration their meat, who don't get enough meat. We get to eat meat every single day, 3 times a day. Not deprived. Blessed. Number 17. If plain meat or sardines or hard-boiled eggs is not the solution to your problem, I'm here to tell you, hunger is not the problem. If plain burger patties is not the solution, hunger is not your problem. If true hunger isn't the problem, then no food is going to fix this. You say, oh, but I really want that one little... This is not hunger. There is something else going on. We can stop trying to fix problems with food and then try to figure out, but what do I really need? Am I just lonely? Am I bored? Am I tired? Anxious? Do I need to make a checklist and then start delegating what I need help with? Because I'm trying to solve problems with real food, burger patties, and that's not what I want, which means hunger is not the issue. So instead of trying to numb away real emotions, instead of trying to use a food solution to numb myself through a situation, I just want to be able to pause, find the real solution to the real emotion, to the real problem, and stop using old habits, old foods, and these harmful tactics. Number 18. My life is entertaining enough that my food doesn't need to be. My God is comforting enough that my food doesn't need to be. And when it comes to my day, my books, relationships, quality time with the husband, my clothes, my hobbies, my home decor, my life purpose, it can all have enough variety and excitement that my food can just be nutritious and delicious, life-giving fuel. That doesn't mean I don't enjoy my meals. When I'm hungry, I get very excited about my meals. But the rest of my life can be comforting enough, enjoyable enough, varied enough, good enough that food doesn't have to fill all of those voids in my life. If there's something lacking in my life, I want to fill it in beautiful, not harmful ways. And that includes pork belly and bacon. So 19, this thought has kept me moving. Use every muscle you want to keep. And work every muscle you want to grow. Work it to exhaustion till it's hard. So it sends a message to your brain that says, hey, we need to keep this muscle. And actually, we weren't even able to complete that last thing. We need that muscle to grow. Yes. Number 20. This may not matter to you, but it does help me. When things are just a struggle, this earth is not my final home. I will be fully healed someday, for sure, even if it's not today. Every bit of healing that I get before heaven is an added bonus. So I'm going to care for this body to the best of my ability and prepare my soul for the next life to come. In the next life, I'm not going to have to work this hard. I will not be measuring food or using a tracking app. I probably won't need to work on my squats. So because it's temporary, the work that I get to do now can be seen as a gift. It's not going to last forever. So I try to just think, enjoy this earthly journey, enjoy the earthly work. It's all temporary. So act accordingly. Now, if you came here really hoping to hear about macros and calories, you would love my last video. In fact, I will post a few videos down below that talk about details of the carnivore diet. How much to eat? Do you need to track? Let's talk electrolytes. I've done so many Q&As. But I'm telling you that a lot of what changes when you start a carnivore diet is in your mind. And those 20 foundational thoughts have carried me through so many struggles, so many temptations. And now, 15 years later, I just wanted to share that list with you. If you hate the list, that's fine. Just go to the comments, let me know. If you found something to be useful, maybe you could pass that along as well. If you would like to work with a team, a group, if you would like a coach, I've just put December coaching on sale today. November is completely sold out, done. And if you'd like to join me, I'll see you soon. December will be here before we know it, and it could help to have a team, especially through the holidays. It will also give you access to the entire handbook, which you can download and keep forever. And for the month, you would have access to the TDEE, and I check in every single day on our private groups. And then we have 4 Zoom meetings per month, which are live, but then recorded in case you miss it. So I would love to see you there. I hope you're having a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.